It's rough because it just feels like a lot of things that are just mistakes. Hey everybody, it's Daniel again. I'm going to be diving into some more Mighty Number 9. Matt's not with me today. It's just going to be me. I'm going to try my best to try and be upbeat about this game, but it's been like just over the Christmas break as I've had some time off, trying to get into like sitting down to record this, and it's been hard. It's been like I just don't want to do it. It's rough. I mean, the game itself, because of the numerous problems I have with things we've seen so far, has been really hard to like overlook and decide to try and look and start another game and stuff like that. Hopefully like I can kind of get past that and find some fun in the game and even just in kind of making fun of it and stuff that I'm enjoying watching them do. It's kind of weird, like I've been looking at like things on it, like the graphics, how they kind of like are very procedural in that like they're not sprites, but they only have certain number of things that are different in each kind of animation. That weirdly makes it look worse, even though that they're like full-on 3D graphics. And I guess it's 'cause, like, sprites are pretty timeless always, but it's just one of those things that's weird. It just looks weird, like. And I wonder, like, this game's harder than I think it maybe is supposed to be because of the things that I don't like the dash system. And I wonder if, like, some of that's, like, I have to get to a point where I get new powers. Ooh, Mr. Firelord here. He's not much of an airbender, or an avatar-looking dude. Must burn! I kind of got that monkey look going there, fire monkey. Oh, I'm sure roll. Oh. You see, like that stuff, that's like very arcadey and kind of weird. Like why I'm like getting scores and stuff like that, like it feels just off. Like for a Mega Man game, like I think maybe like they just saw things that the Mega Man community was doing and tried to like copy those. And the Mega Man community like is not quite the same as like a normal fan base. Like just looking at like all the different things they do, like you have to kind of put some of those things aside because they're not going to be the same as like a normal community. Like it's like you can't look at like speedrunning communities for what the normal community is gonna want. Whoa, that sucked. Just things like this like arcadiness to it, and it's like Mega Man's not really an arcade game. Like there's a clear reason why the point system in the first game disappeared real quick. That's because it's not what it's about. Like no one cares how many points you got in Mega Man. It's just not important. Like it's just not part of what makes that game good, right? Yeah, see that whole dash mechanic, like that's where it just every time hurts. Is the fact that I have to do this weird dash and it's like necessary to deal with bad guys. It's like it makes transport like hard and annoying and important. Oh. And oddly enough, with the fact that you can dodge so much, you don't feel mobile. And I think it's because you don't have a whole lot of upward mobility in the game. Like, I keep expecting to be able to do like upward dashes and stuff.
That's more like it.
I don't know. It's just not. I'm not feeling it.
Here we go.
So we'll see.
That's more like it.
Well, we'll see. Like I said, I think that like it's like Mega Man games in that they feel harder and then they get easier once you get your first like subset of powers and stuff. And we'll see if that has a big impact. Like I said to Matt, like he asked me if I was going to keep playing this, and I decided yes. But it had to be something that got better with the powers. So we'll see if like. Cool. See, like that. That thing falling through the ground there, and no, not a scratch on the ground. Like, I'm thinking like Donkey Kong Returns and stuff like that, like where those things were like part of the level after they hit, was such a cool thing, and then that just feels hollow. Like that's I think where my biggest complaint in the game is going to come in. That a lot of the time, the things that they do feel lazy, and it's not like you're doing like this isn't like the concept of Mega Man and stuff like that is not a AAA concept, you know what I mean? Like, you don't need a lot of cool stuff to get stuff done, and yet they seem to have had such a hard time with like the simple things. That's real tough. Oh. It is weird to have so much mobility and yet feel like you can't move anywhere. It's super weird. Alright, here we go. Let's beat a guy, get our first power, and the game will get better. It will, I promise. I try to promise. I've been burnt several times. Yeah. See, like, I can just already tell, like, I'm gonna have to dash in this dude when he gets, like... Alright. Body slams. See, why am I just like this? Like, that dash mechanic is so weird. Moth of flame. It's got that big area explosion. I think I have to dash under him when he does it and dash over him when he does it, but I think it's maybe also a little bit of like training for Mega Man of only having one dash and all of a sudden having the ability to dash a bunch of times. It's probably not helping, like, because I think I'm supposed to be dashing more, supposed to be like constantly getting around the map that way, and it's like just loses control. It feels sloppy. There's a lot of this game. I think they have like the best word to determine the problems with this game: sloppiness. There's a lot of things that just feel like no one cared enough to get like they put all this money into it. They liked it for like the first little bit, and then things became not great, and they just lost what it was that was. See, I thought he was going to start off. They lost what was like supposed to be really good about the game. See there, I think I'm gonna have to do a little run there. See, like that arcade fine play? That's weird. Yeah, see, I think I'm supposed to be dashing more. Just more altogether. See, like this whole thing of like... Yeah, like I'm definitely supposed to be dashing more. But you can't dash, like, that's a mechanic that doesn't feel right. My blaster shots don't even go the full length. Like, yeah, just dashes. At least he's got different defeat you poses at the end there. Game over. Ooh, it's rough. Alright, let's go on to the next one and see if we can get a power from there. Because once we get a power, maybe what we should do is, you know, because the game is not feeling great, we'll try like getting something that clearly has a power to use on somebody else. Maybe we can start that the whole domino effect, and that'll make the game go a little bit smoother for us here. Just because that was rough. I mean, like, just the fact that like the levels feel really rough and stuff like that. Like, it just doesn't feel quite. And like, how come the enemies are so? It's like there's like 5 enemies. So far, like, it's just been... I'm trying not to just be like, straight up, this game is terrible in every aspect and never want to do anything about it, but it's just weird, the choices that they've made. Like, even this, like, why is this so... I'm hoping this changes, and it doesn't stay this murky and ugly the whole time. Because I get the idea of, like, wanting to do something, like, kind of pollution-y based. That's what I think they're going for here, right? Is
Careful,
ugly.
Beck. Contact with any of that malfunctioning purification equipment could be fatal.
Legally distinct spikes. Do I have a higher jump? I do. At least that's right. That's the way it always should be in water levels. Some games do that right, not everyone. Wait, another one of those? Oh, oops. Can't do that all the way down. See, and that's the thing too, like there's a lot of like, I don't know, maybe it's the deaths are not unfair and I just need to get used to them a little bit, but I feel like this game is just, like, having instant deaths there is always really tough. Okay, that's a 1-up. And, like, maybe I need to see if I'm making sure I'm getting more of those and, like, okay, that seems like a good thing to do, but I gotta plan it a little better. Wonder if that 1-up's gonna be like, if that 1 comes back, that's fair. Because then it's your fault for not getting it every time. Let's see.
That's more like it.
Gotta get that super buster for the shots I have nothing to shoot at. See, the fact that's not back is not okay. Now, do I get something cool for going this way? Let's see. No, I got a feeling I just skipped a bunch. Like, I'm really trying not to harp on every little thing. Because I just feel like it's not quite fair, but
Here we go.
it's rough because it just feels like a lot of things that are just mistakes. Boop. So that's supposed to be our Eddie. I don't know if any of you, like, not everyone knows. Ice, huh? But like this guy, like I just feel like there's not a whole lot of different bad guys. Like you see 1 or 2, but like there's your those both are guys that I've seen on earlier levels. That's another guy I've seen on an earlier level, and just like I said, that laziness just feels like it's. Maybe it's also like a matter of there's not enough not power ups like pickups. Are we on mid boss? Ugh. Am I fighting Pong? This could be a cool mechanic. Oof. I'm getting faster and stuff. Now, if I kill one of them, how do they keep playing Pong? Oof. Okay, so now he's playing on his own. See, like I said, this is the thing that, like, this feels like a cool Mega Man fight, except for that part where I have to go get him. Just feels weird. Well, this is pretty, at least. Ow, 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 ow. Maybe I just have to stop using the dash, because you can kill guys after just shooting. Like you saw there, I just wailed away on him. It really feels like I should be able to hold on to the side of that thing. I guess nothing's hold on to-able in here because it's too cold. I wonder, like, a lot of people don't know in the old Sonic games, and I don't think they're going to see that here specifically, but in the old Sonic games, if you went to the low track, like the one down, that was technically the easy route, right? Like the idea is supposed to be if you couldn't handle the speed at the top, you'd end up on the bottom, and that was the easy way. I don't know what I think of having the same mid boss this early on. Like it's okay to have them come back. Okay, now we'll just focus on this guy. Oh, that stays there. Didn't know that. Oh. He's getting hurt. Ugh. I really even think like the weird ball floating away at the end. I get what they're going for is like that's your core or whatever that survives, but still just feels weird. All right, so.
Okay, let's try this again. After all, revenge finished faster. Oh, you want hurt, are you, Beth? Here, let me put some ice on it.
Yeah, like I said, this is a neat idea for a mid-boss, but I don't know if I would have used it twice. Like, there are some mid-bosses that'll come back, but they have to be an interesting fight, and you don't want to have them too close together. If you have them too close together, they just kind of fall apart. So this is what I mean. Like, I don't think I was doing terrible there, but I'm still already out of, like, everything. And like I said, I wonder if this is something like it's got a little bit of what made Mega Man great, which was the whole, like, feeling like you're weak until you get that first power and then just like building up on it. What's this guy doing? Why can't I? Why is he just sitting there? Yeah, like wondering if like maybe it'll feel better as I get new power, so maybe we'll hopefully get through to this one. But like once again, I'm at the boss. I'm pretty sure this is the boss. And I got nothing. Because the level is too hard. And like not even hard, just like feels unfair. Like there's not enough pickups, a lot of instant deaths in this game.
You've to chill out, don't you run. Well,
Run to your smaller than I am.
a little cold shower won't cure.
Alright, let's see. Ugh. That's gross. I don't even know what it is, but it's gross. Okay, boosting through here. Okay, I like the monitors in the background. That's a cool thing. See, like, this feels just ridiculous. Like, the fact that I can't shoot any of this stuff. Does that freeze ball not freeze me? Like, when it freezes me, but it doesn't do any damage? Yeah, that's nuts. I mean, like... Okay, I will, we're gonna go try another level. But I think there's a slight chance that if I can't try and beat a single guy, like I'm gonna try them all now. I think that's my plan. If I can't beat a single one and get a power, then I might call it on this game. That might be just too much. For me to slog through a terrible game that is not only terrible, it has a brutal beginning curve, might be too much for my, like, I'm okay to kind of torture myself a little bit. Oh, I like that. I like cool lighting effects. But see, once again, there's a bad guy we've seen before. And like Medars show up a bunch, but that's one bad guy that shows up a bunch. This has been a bunch of the same bad guys. That's another same bad guy we've seen. I think about how many different bad guys are in this. The first Mega Man. Okay, we'll go first Mega Man. That game had nothing to back it up, but still had a lot going on. Good, great, yeah, sure. And like the pull point system, like I'm just not feeling it. Yeah, I think you're supposed to be going a lot faster in this game. I think it's part of my problem. But the problem is it doesn't feel good to go fast.
That's more like it. Here we go. Bring it on.
Because you're not supposed to, like...
That's
It's not a... Like, it almost, like, it forces you to think like a speedrunner, and which is not cool in some respects. Like, it just doesn't... It's not something that, like, should be, like, a standard requirement in your game is to be able to speedrun. Like, you can't just do things normally. Or maybe, and I hate to do this because I don't normally like to do this in a game that I'm playing. But if it's really a problem where I don't think I'm going to be able to get anywhere without beating some other stuff, maybe I'll actually look up some strategies. Like maybe like that's what I have to do to move forward in this game, which I hate to do. But I've gotten like 2 extra lives in this game, in this world so far.
Get a hold of yourself.
Alright. What was that about?
It's locked inside. Beck, destroy all robots in the area. You'll need their energy to unlock the door.
See, once again, because I have to slide into them, I can't slide into them all if I'm not...
That's more like
If I don't know they're hit or not. And like, when you make that a problem, like that is there, it just feels weird. What? Okay, this is neat, but what's going on? Let's see if we can run it. Yeah, don't know what that was about. I'm hoping that comes back and is actually cool. Like this, I'll say this. So far, this level is the most impressive. Still has that problem of like there's just not enough enemies, or interesting enemies going on. But it's more interesting.
Look at the size of those turbines. Careful you don't get sucked in, Beck.
Yeah, that would suck. Googly moogly. Yeah, the script's not great. Not that. Yeah, you're right. It's not that.
that's more like
Okay. Yeah, the script's not fantastic. Great googly moogly. Yeah, that's pretty rough. But I do think that like maybe that's the whole thing, is you're supposed to go faster in this game than you would in a Mega Man game, and I think, like I said, that's part of like they were trying this like speedrun community is a big thing at the time or something. Like somebody thought it was a great idea, and that's just not really, I think, what you want. What you want to be able to do as a community is have that stuff be like, for at least in my opinion, speed tech should never be required by a normal player in a game. Like it should be one of those things that's like discovered and super cool when someone finds it, for like them to be like, yeah, I found cool speed tech, and then like years later, or even shortly after, if we like really find something cool. Is this really crouch dash? Is that a thing? Like, is that a mechanic they're just not going to teach me how to do except for an instant death situation? Because I'll take everything good I've said about this level back. It's crouch dash. So I actually can crouch dash. Okay. That's weird. It just looks like my model's getting squished. It doesn't look like an ability. Yeah, I'm trying to stay positive here, folks, but this is brutal. Fuck. Ugh, that's brutal. It just doesn't feel right. That's not okay. Like, to me, imagine seeing that in a Mega Man game. You have to slide underneath the spikes, and you have a limited amount of slide, and if you slide from the wrong spot, you die instantly. And then expecting you to do that over and over again. That is not okay. From, like, any perspective. Alright, let's try this again. Because this level was doing it for me. Okay, down, crouch, nope. Nope. Like, if you're gonna set up something like that, what you should do is have a non-lethal version of it to practice on first. Like, here, they should have me crouch dashing underneath something, right? Like, just a normal wall or something. And get the hang of that for 1 or 2 seconds, and then you can do more of it. So I don't know, like, maybe that's the real problem with it. Like, I keep finding like new problems with this game, and I can't keep straight which is the one that I really think is the real problem. Like, no, there's no way. Like, that's absolutely brutal. I'm gonna try one more, and then it's gonna be the end of this level, and we're gonna call it there, I think, because I just can't imagine. Like, and this is like the you're terrible, here you go thing. Like, I just, whew. Maybe there's something else I'm missing. Like, I do notice that I think I have some money. Maybe I'm supposed to be buying upgrades that do something to make this stuff not just insanely stupid. But I'm not seeing it yet, so I'll check back at like the HQ or whatever it is. Okay. Does it change or something? No, that's, it's done. God. Ooh. We'll call it there for the night, guys. I will maybe look up some stuff, see if that helps point me in the right direction as to why I'm having so much trouble. Like, I'm not a great, this is just game options. So that's what that is. General options is just general options. Do you have leaderboards? Like, there's no like thing I can buy?
It's up to us to stop those rampaging bots.
Ugh, this is brutal. Alright, guys, see you later. Hopefully I'll come back with a little better options for how to move forward in this game. And I mean, I'm not gonna lie, if it just becomes just something I can't play because it's just ridiculous, I'll have to drop it and give it, you know, I gave it my fair shot. It's brutal. Alright, see you guys later.